Hey, welcome back to my channel. I'm over here at Scott's office. We're about to take off to LA to Santa Monica to the Aero Theater for my first day of Beyond Fest. Scott's day 2 at Beyond Fest. He got to see Halloween Kills, the US premiere, and got to see Jamie Lee Curtis live. Yeah, that lucky duck. Anyways, we're about to go see a triple feature of Freddy vs. Jason, You're Next, and Evil Dead remake, the uncut version with Fede Alvarez will be there, and so will Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett will be there with the Q&A. For Your Next, and I believe the writers for Freddy vs. Jason, Dan and I forget their names, but they'll be there as well. And Tales from the Boo Crew podcast will be there, they'll be hosting all 3 of them, which would be really cool because I listen to that podcast. They're cool guys, and yeah, I'm just waiting for Scott. You know, he's doing his hair, putting his makeup on. I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's taking his sweet time, but yeah, join us for the venture. We got, we bring in some stuff to get signed. Hopefully we get them signed. I always say that, and it seems to work out for us, so we'll see. Boy Christian will be there as well. Our brother Orlando's gonna go as well. So yeah, man, just join us. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there. It ain't a road trip if we're not driving in Scott's car with bullets swinging and a burrito in hand.
It's Bullet and Burrito Day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Bullets, burritos, and Beyond Fest.
Whoa.
The 3 B's.
Yeah, baby.
Except it's day 2 for you Beyond Fest. I've already told them. I did a little intro. I already explained how you saw Halloween Kills. Blah blah blah. Quit bragging.
Incredible.
Yeah, with David.
We're gonna have some exclusive video footage for you.
That's right. Scott did record some stuff. So
hold on tight.
Stay tuned to that.
If you haven't seen it, you definitely want to check it out. There's surprise guests. There's surprise things happening. Amazing, amazing event.
Nice.
Now today, just as amazing. It's a triple amazing event.
That's right. Triple feature.
Yeah, baby.
Freddy vs. Jason, right? You're Next, and Evil Dead, the uncut director's cut.
Uncut version.
Never before seen
the remake of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah.
2016.
2016. Yeah, which has never been seen before apparently.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Oh my God.
It's exciting. But like I said, Tales from the Boo Crew podcast is doing the Q&A, hosting for all 3. We got the writers from Freddy vs. Jason. We got Adam Wingard, the director of Your Next, and his writing partner Simon Barrett. Mm-hmm. And for Evil Dead remake, yeah, I was gonna say
Fede Alvarez. Don't Breathe.
Who wrote Don't Breathe?
And Don't Breathe 2 just came out in August.
That's right.
So if you haven't checked it out, oh man, it's a day of adventure.
That's right. Finish your burrito, watch the bullets. Let's go!
Beyond Fest, make some noise! Are you ready? Yeah! For the ultimate battle between the 2 titans of terror, they're gonna go toe to toe and find out who once and for all is the greatest horror something of all time.
Yeah!
Who's more of a Freddy fan? Anything else? Here it comes. Ronnie, you, Shannon and Swift, New Line, we present Beyond Fest. Some mayhem here, fellas.
Yeah.
By the way, he said no talking, but feel free to cheer.
Yeah.
And when someone does something stupid, you can call that out because we have lots of that too. Very, very interactive. Yeah, seriously, enjoy everyone. We're thrilled to be here and we're thrilled to see all you guys here. Thank you guys so much.
And look, our end was very different, to be honest, and
But it still had the wrap up.
but it still had a very similar wrap up. But I don't even remember the question.
Our goal, I think a lot of times, especially when you have like a monster versus a monster movie, the biggest challenge is how do you incorporate human characters. So that was important to us. Like, how do we have some sort of emotional journey? And for their father, without having the mechanics to bring the 2 together. So that was important to us. And we probably tried to cram too much of that stuff in there. The movie's pretty crowded. Father backstory, and Will thought he saw this and all that.
Yeah, you definitely don't need that.
But we were trying. We were trying to do exactly what you said.
Was there ever a version that you had Freddy clearly winning and Jason being killed? vice versa?
The end, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this, went through many iterations. We always wanted, our goal was always that the end would be a Rorschach test of fans, if possible. Jason fans would think Jason won, Freddy won. And I think that's fairly close, even though that was obviously Bob Shea's idea. I'm sure you guys probably know that.
Yeah, Jason coming out of the water holding Freddy set was actually come up with by Bob Shea, the head of the studio at the time. Which, I think I like it. I think
I
it's
like
fun.
it too.
Oh, it is really cool. What was your vision for the original ending?
Oh, our one was, of course, they couldn't do, which because they both, Freddy and Jason end up in hell, right? And they're in the darkness and the fire, and suddenly they see each other and they go at each other again, and the chains start flying out and pulling them apart, and Hellraiser comes in.
Yeah! Woo!
And we love that. We love that shit. But
And Pinhead says, now, gentlemen, what seems to be the problem?
Oh, six. All right. Can you get that one? Can you get it? Then I'll hook you up with another switch. So right now it's cool, man.
I hear you. Well, I'm excited just because this is the 35 print of the movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I saw it at Comic-Con for the first time.
Oh, really?
I got the mask and everything.
Should I use
We did
this?
the whole we did the whole picture with the mask.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was so much fun. I tried to get Sharni at the Comic-Con floor, but she was in a hurry walking somewhere, so I chased her down and I never caught her. Yeah. I just wanted to tell her how much of a fan I was of her work. And the guests, I show everyone I can the guests. That's my favorite. I love it.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I love your score in this one too.
Oh, thanks.
And then now I show everyone my, I got a brand new 4K TV OLED, and I show them Kong vs. Godzilla. It's like one of the most beautiful pictures I've ever seen on
We
TV.
know we got a good 4K coming out of the guests really soon, and it looks so dope. Yeah, man. It looks good. We did a totally new color pass on that. Man, it's like the whole movie goes to a whole nother level. Yeah.
New features or anything too, or
What's that?
new features or anything? Or
Oh
just
yeah. There's a ton
yeah?
of new features,
nice.
new commentary, all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, what can I order?
It's available online. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
It's like a UK company that's putting it out, but but it works over here at 4K players. They're
So
universal.
sick. Well, I appreciate y'all doing exciting. I really appreciate it. Thanks for doing this.
Match zone at all times. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Bloody Disgusting and especially Brad Mishko, who's been an incredible supporter of the festival. He's too shy to come up, but I'm going to embarrass him as much as I can on stage. I don't know what to say about Your Next. It's a phenomenal film, and it kind of just like came at a moment when none of us were expecting something. So it's like a pivotal point, like it changed how we were looking at horror cinema at that point in time. And we're very lucky to be joined by its creators, right to Simon Barrett and Adam Wingard. So put your hands together.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
So I guess it's been just a little over 10 years now since we premiered this movie in Toronto, and so this is kind of new territory for us, where we're looking back at our old movies as hopefully things that people regard as a classic horror movie. Whether I guess it's still a little early to be in that realm, or not, but. We're just so happy to see that. I mean, I was not expecting. I thought there was gonna be like 4 people here. So this is really exciting for us. I haven't actually watched Your Next in. It's been quite some time. Definitely haven't seen it in the big screen for about 6 years or so. And I think the last time I saw it was also the only other time I saw it on 35. And this will be, another 35 millimeter screening, which I think there's only like 7 prints or something.
Yeah, I mean, to comment on that, I mean, the last time we saw this actually on 35, it was missing some key frames at the end. So we'll see if that happens again, if someone snipped some gory frames. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can emphasize enough that when we were making this movie in Columbia, Missouri, we would have been grateful if even like one person saw it, at all. We were very concerned kind of about that. The fact that we're here 10 years later, and I was here last night, sitting right where you are, for New York Ninja. So the fact that you all came out, 10 years later to see this on 35 with us, and we'll be back. We have Cast and our producers here, some key cast.
awkwardly about the film more after it's over.
Writer-directors whose work includes BD's own VHS series 2014 Saturn nominee The Guest, 2016's Blair Witch, most recently On Their Own with Godzilla vs. Kong. We got Seance in the forthcoming VHS 94. That'll be filming with Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett. Also, along with them, some of the stars of your next, Sharni Vinson. Barbara Crampton. And the producers Keith and Jess Hall. Seeing it in a way like this?
Boy, I don't even remember that far back. When would that have been?
TIFF, Fantastic Fest, when we all saw it together.
Right, yeah.
10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So, I guess I want to start with Adam and Simon. You've got a very unique partnership. Whether it's the synthwave action horror of The Guest, or surprising everyone at San Diego Comic-Con with the secret unveiling of Blair Witch. You guys do shit that breaks the mold every time. Let us in on a little bit of the creative dynamic and how that works between you two.
Yeah, I mean, we break the mold and then the film underperforms. And we pivot, we say, oh shit, yeah, that was a failure. Let's pivot, let's try something else this time. And then that doesn't do well either. Until just recently, actually. But yeah, no, I mean, I think the only honest answer I can give to that is that, Adam and I have a real, kind of creative mandate between the two of us to try to not ever repeat ourselves. If we feel like we're getting kind of too comfortable with something, like I personally feel like I'm getting too comfortable with horror right now, so I won't be making horror movie for a long time. That's for but not you probably. You probably do that. But you might make your Freddy vs. Blowjob though. But yeah, no, for real. Like we just try to not get too comfortable with anything that we're doing.
And Simon, along the way, you've written this movie that's kind of inspired by. It's got hints of Agatha Christie mysteries and all that elements wrapped in with home invasion and circumventing all that. What was your inspiration to write the story?
I mean, again, it's so long ago that we were pivoting from a failure that's almost hard to remember, which was A Horrible Way to Die. We had a film called A Horrible Way to Die, which we made for under $100,000. Thanks, Mom. And we played in festivals like Fantastic Fest, and we got to see how an audience reacts when they go to see a film called A Horrible Way to Die and discovers a mumblecore drama. Which is they are depressed and unhappy and largely don't show up. And at the same time, we were going to these midnight screenings of our friends made Insidious around that time. So we went to the Insidious premiere right after the Horrible Way to Die premiere, which was, it was a different experience. and Adam, had always been talking about a home invasion thriller, being from, I think, kind of like small town Alabama, and I'm from small town Missouri. We had that isolation horror, but like you were just saying, it's really important to me that we didn't try to do anything that like The Strangers had done or Eels or Inside, just because I knew we wouldn't have the resources, and also we would just be essentially riffing on like funny games, so much later. And so without really telling Adam, I kind of started conceiving it as more of a screwball comedy, that did take its influence more from Bring Up Baby and Then There Were None than anything else. But when I showed him the script, he was just like, yeah, this is the right approach.
And so, Adam, moving into you, what was your take on the script? What do you love about the twists that Simon puts on all these typical genre tropes?
I mean, I can still remember, because going back in time to when we made this film, it was like, I was kind of couch surfing, and we were kind of just trying to scrape by, So I can still remember, like, being at my dad's, I was like hanging out over my dad's house in the backyard, and I was smoking weed, and I was talking to Simon on the phone, and I remember him telling me the title of this film, You're Next, and because I knew that we talked about we wanted to do like a home invasion thing, but whenever he said that title, it was just like, wow, I can't believe there's never been a movie called You're Next before. That's just, and instantly it was just like, it just had this like exciting kind of ring to it, and I don't know how to describe it. It was just like I just knew that Simon was gonna like deliver something really fun, and then of course the script really lived up to that, and ultimately, I mean, when you're doing a film like this, it was like, it was just all passion, because like we didn't have really any other resources, so it just felt like, at the time, it was like, it just felt like this was our big chance to really like, because we wanted to be filmmakers, this is what we wanted to do for a living, and we felt like the budget we had for this film, which wasn't that much, but for us, it felt like a massive budget. It felt like this is our shot, and we're gonna really just like go for it, and like, so even when I think about like the selection of like the music that sort of plays like a mantra throughout the film, looking for the magic, it was like, there's so much about this film that it kind of transcends just like what, is the story that we're putting on screen and all those kind of things, because it was such a personal film. Because really, like the looking for the magic thing, I felt like it was almost like a selfish sort of mantra for us. It was like we were trying to project our will into the world to become, filmmakers. And so, ultimately, just to answer your question, it was like Simon just wrote a really great, fun, exciting, straightforward, kind of script that I just felt like that if I could just get everything that he put there on screen, it was going to work. And fortunately, we cast a lot of just great people, and a lot of the siblings in the film, Swanberg and AJ were people that we'd worked with, Amy Simons, and so we kind of knew how to create that dynamic, that kind of sibling dynamic, And then we really just got lucky, by especially finding like Sharni, who really just, I mean, she's so badass in the movie. The movie just lets her kind of take over. It's like the second you really see her like running into the kitchen and she pulls that knife with like total confidence off the counter, it's just like, she's just like commanding the movie. So I don't know, we just got really, all the pieces just fell in place, and I just sort of just hung on for dear life for 26 days or whatever the hell we had in total to shoot this thing, and just did it.
Barbara, congrats first of all on Jacob's wife once again. Curious, this movie has a particularly strong meaning for you. Where were you in your life when Adam kind of came along, and in what ways did Your Next ignite you or reignite you?
I was sort of just hanging out with my kids and volunteering at their school and driving them around, and I got a call out of the blue, and my agent, who fortunately hadn't lost my number, after, 6 or 7 years, I received a call from him. I was like, who do you want to speak to? And he said, oh, you have an offer for this horror movie, and it's with these guys, and Keith Calder and Jessica Wu, and do you want to do it? And I said, well, who are these people? Why do they want me in their movie? Have they seen me lately? They want me to play the mom of 4 kids? Am I old enough for that? How old are the kids? Do they want me to audition? And my agent said, no, they just want to offer you the job. I'm still to this day shocked about that. I don't know how that happened. I really don't. Well, actually, I think Simon...
We had like a whole strategy, which is like Stuart Gordon and Jeffrey Combs had come to see A Horrible Way to Die, and they weren't mean about it. So we knew what would happen if she'd get the call, she'd be confused. Then our next, in our mind, what's Barbara Crampton's name? She's going to call either Stuart Gordon or Jeffrey Combs, because in our mind, she probably just hangs out with them all the time. And then that next call, that's when they'll say, no, they're legit. But the next time I never manifested. But the next one was just you being like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, I think I just read the script and I thought it was fun, and actually, to be honest with you, I thought motherhood was really hard and acting was really fun, and I kind of grew out of that, and I thought, oh, this will be a fun lark, right? I had no idea that this movie would turn into what it was. And I showed up on the set, and no kidding, everybody was at the top of their game. And like, you know, I'm talking to AJ, and I wasn't sure if I was running lines with him or if he was talking to me. Because I didn't know where the acting began and real life ended. Like, everybody was amazing. And I had this thought, oh my God, these kids are really great. I hope I can keep up with them. And really, I mean, I've said this before, I feel like these guys gave me another chance in another chapter of my career, and you know, to come back with this movie, and I felt like it was a gift, and I'm so honored to really have been in such a spectacular film.
I mean, the fight scenes are so intense. What was it like to have to choreograph that and to work in that space?
Yeah, Shardy.
It was a lot of fun for me because the girl that plays Z is like my best friend. We were living together in LA at the time. So yeah, we still laugh about it to this day that, like, you know, I got to kill her on screen and stab her through the head. That's pretty cool for us. And Clayton Barber was our choreographer for that, our stunt coordinator, and he's amazing. So he took me for a couple of weeks and put me through the course of learning how to bat and twirl. I kept saying I need to twirl this fire poker in the movie because I'd been taught how to like twirl a baton, and we never actually used it, which I'm totally bummed about.
Where does that fire poker go? It just disappears.
It just disappears. I don't know.
She grabs it. It seems like she's going to use it,
and then it's gone. Yeah. But you know, he was so much fun to work with. Like for me, any kind of movie that involves action and physicality is a dream, and so I'm always hanging out with the stunt department. So it was just a lot of fun to get to work like intimately, especially in the last scene where it's a very intricate choreographed three-way fight scene in a very enclosed space with a lot of different. Just the way he coordinated was really genius. It was very real, and it never felt like, you know, now you turn and keep the door, and then you turn and grab the pot, and then you throw the water, and then he slips. Like, it wasn't just in steps, it just really flowed very naturally, and yeah, it was just a real honor to be able to do action within a movie that's also a horror, that's also a comedy. Like, it's just everything.
Well, you did an incredible job.
Yes.
Thank you.
The fluidity of the action as well, because you're playing someone who's on autopilot, so it's like you're not thinking, it's all very instinctual.
Right, exactly.
Does that come from rehearsal? Does that, like, what elements did you bring into that to give us that feeling?
It does come with, obviously, like rehearsing it. You do need to know what's coming up, but I was a dancer for 25 years, ballet, jazz, tap, 3 generations of dance in my family, so choreography is probably my strongest point. So anytime, again, you know, where I get to work with a stunt choreographer, it's choreographing dance in a very bit more like badass way kind of thing. So it just fell in alignment with what I'm used to. From that point, it was just, you're not dancing, you are Aaron, and you're fighting, and this is why you're fighting, and that's the character, and it just was easy.
And going back to the very first kill of this movie with the family, when you take out Ty West, such a great guy, man. That scene plays out with such poetry, man. I mean, you take your time to reveal what happened to him for a split few seconds, and then you see it, and the family reacts, and I thought that was just amazing, right, guys? And you know, all the kills in the movie, in particular, the one that we don't see, the Barbara Crampton kill, Aubrey. Was that ever shot? Was that ever filmed? Or
Well, I think it'd be too heartbreaking to see Barbara Crampton get a machete. This character, especially, get a machete to the face. No, I mean, I think what you see is what you get. I mean, the effects were something that, you know, I felt like as we were shooting, we were always behind on, and so, you know, it was almost like every other day. At the beginning of the day, we would tack on, okay, we still need to get an insert of, you know, this scene that we shot a couple days ago, because, you know, we just tried to get more and more details for each one of the kills. I mean, some of them, like when you mentioned where Barbara gets killed, it's kind of off screen, but that's for dramatic purposes. But we really wanted to, you know, deliver on the blood and guts with this movie. And right before we shot this film, I had just seen this movie Wide of the Eye by Donald Cammell, and I was really inspired by the way that he filmed a lot of the murder scenes in that movie. I mean, that film, I mean, it's very different than ultimately what this is, but his attention to detail, he would do all these like weird macro close-ups in the middle of like somebody getting chopped up, or he would like concentrate on somebody's eyeball and some flowers hitting the ground and stuff, you know. But what that did is it kind of, you know, it made me think about violent scenes, you know, is that, you know, it's not just about like showing what it is, it's like, if you can really like capture these little individual details and moments, it adds to the visceralness of it. And obviously, you know, there's also a lot of influence from like Lucio Fulci movies and, you know, the Italian films and Argento and stuff that have that kind of vicious and, you know, close up, you know, kind of violence. And we tried to kind of mix that with a little bit of that mumble gore aesthetic, so it's very chaotic in this version. It's not just trying to be pretty or, you know, whatever, but, you know.
On that note, I was thinking, Simon, did you ever wrestle with the thought of the possibility of shutting off the lights right after that first kill? Having a character turn off the lights?
No, the way I wrote it was good. Yeah, I mean, you know, you got a Ty West with an arrow sticking out of his head. You don't not show that. That's because America's been waiting.
I was wondering, Adam, what is the secret of empowering violence and to put us in the driver's seat and make it cathartic and fun as opposed to filled with dread? You did this so eloquently on the guest as well, and you did this through this. We're cheering along as opposed to strapped in a chair being tortured by people who are in the moment.
Well, I mean, I think like the viciousness of all the violence in the film, you know, up until Sharni starts fighting back is really the key to it, because, you know, we have a lot of violent scenes before Sharni starts killing the killers, but they're not really fun. I mean, like whenever Amy Simons' character gets her throat cut, I mean, that seems like, you know, right before it was very funny, and then suddenly it's like everybody's wailing, and it's very, like, I even as we were watching just now, I forgot like that feels very realistic, because we would just do these long takes, and I would just let them just, you know, freak out, you know, for a couple minutes, and, you know, when you watch it on camera, it's like, oh my God, this is awful, you know. We were laughing a minute ago, and now it's like, you know, the violence is very serious, and so when Sharni starts fighting back, you're just, you know, just totally on board with it. And obviously, having seen a lot of horror movies, you know, you do just kind of like crave that kind of cathartic, like taking back the power, and we kind of do that and have fun with it. But to be honest with you, I don't think I expected the audience reactions that we got until we started seeing them, because, you know, because Simon and I were coming from this like super no budget world of filmmaking, this was the first film that we'd ever tested before an audience. And so when we did our first cut of the movie, you know, Keith and Jess, they took us out to Culver City or, you know, somewhere, and, you know, we had like an audience recruit thing, and I remember just being like, oh my God, you know, like you hear about these things that always sound like nightmares, you know, and we just didn't know what to expect. We thought, okay, everybody's just gonna give us a bunch of negative stuff, and we're gonna end up cutting down our masterpiece, and then, you know, and then that'll be the end of it all. But that screening was really insane, because, you know, here we are at an audience recruit screening, and I think the name of the film that they came to see, because we had to give us a fake name, was, what was it? It was like
Bloody Reunion.
Bloody Reunion. So that sounds like a great movie, you know.
I just want to interject interject something real quick, which was back when there were IMDb message boards. There was a message board dedicated to calling me a hack for ripping off the Korean movie Bloody Reunion. Nobody had seen it, and they didn't realize that I didn't rip it off. We just used that title.
And so when Bloody Reunion played out there, it was amazing because it was very similar to the way that this crowd felt tonight. And I was really pleased to see everybody, you know, really getting invested and laughing and having fun in all the right places. I did not expect that tonight as well, but especially that night, let me tell you, I was like, you know, just scared to death. And so by the end of the movie, people were standing up and cheering, and whenever like the cop gets killed at the end, people were like yelling at the screen. It was just like, I couldn't believe it, you know. It was like, that was still probably, if I had to pick like the best, you know, screening that I've ever had. But if I never see the movie again after tonight, I'd be really satisfied because I felt like this was a really great screening.
We thought might be cool, but it wasn't what was filmed, so we didn't get to have it. That's okay. No, we didn't. No, we didn't actually, but it would have been kind of a cool cover, actually.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? I could do with half a minute. That's cool. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Your time is truly appreciated.
Thank you. Yeah, it was such a coincidence. I've been back in Australia for a year and a half, and I flew in a week ago.
Oh, no way.
And I didn't even know this was on until I got here, so it was just like
thank you for doing it. It was awesome. Awesome surprise. Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome. Oh my god. Yeah, cool. Pretty badass. Yeah. A lot of fighting and some killing, mostly fighting. But kind of in alignment.
Hold on, since that screening.
So I figured out the best place to sign it.
Okay, where's that?
Either directly there or across the cheek.
Wherever you like.
I'll go this side.
Okay.
Yeah, Barbara got across the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, she stole my position, did she? That's okay.
No, I like that one. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that came out perfect.
Cool.
Thank you. Sweet.
See, these things hang in the hallway, so people walk in, they go,
I've
what
had
the
this for
hell?
like 10 years. I'm like, this is perfect.
It's like, I can't bring it. It's so old, it's going to crack.
I thought it was. See, the string's about to fall off.
Yeah, you know, the key is not to pack them in a suitcase.
Right.
And just, now that masks are compulsory on planes, wear it on the
That's right, see?
And just say, oh, you said to wear a mask.
You said wear a mask? This is a mask?
Yeah.
Exactly say what kind.
Gone are the days when that would have been like forbidden to wear on a plane. Now you have to.
No, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. No, it's perfect. Thank you so much.
Timing,
Yeah.
Oh, this is so sweet.
Oh, that's perfect.
Pretty cool.
Thank you.
Destroyed the
They know how to put that back together.
Yeah, that red comes out nice.
Oh, really? I was in college for acting, and I was doing a project. I wanted to interview them.
It's better in the light.
We wanted to talk to you. We had to wear a mask.
That's right, so here we go.
I don't freaking know on that one. Oh, it's a tough one with the texture on that sucker.
Yeah. Been holding on since Comic-Con, man. This is awesome.
Sweet. I think you did all right.
Right? Came out nice.
Simon did better on his. Let's see if I can beat him.
Okay. Yeah, please do. I'm going to tell him too. Yeah, buddy.
He writes in print, so that's...
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Shit.
It came out nice.
You sick bastard.
Yeah, mine's way better. Yeah. Thank you.
So we're still waiting for part 2.
Hey, 6 months, he said. Oh, right?
Right around the corner.
That's right.
Oh, that's a cool one.
No, we lucked out finding Shirley.
Can I sign that mask?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I've been holding on since Comic-Con.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh. When you guys had the screening there,
Come
they handed
on.
everyone a mask, and we took a big group photo with them. It was so cool. And I remember you were saying that story where you were like, I'm just hanging around. Like, I'll do the movie, sure. It came out great. He needs this too.
Oh no, she did.
Oh,
See, you already, yeah.
Thank you so much.
You chose the nose. That was the perfect place to go.
That's what Shawnee said. She said that's what she said, yeah. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. This is amazing to see it with a whole group of people.
Because you said it was been a while, right?
Yeah.
So you said it was a while since you had seen it, right?
I said about it 8 months ago with my family.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't
Well, I think
seen
you
it on
tweeted,
the
but you
big
said something online about that.
Yeah, I
you
watched
wanted
it with
to
my
show-
family and my husband,
Yeah.
and my daughter were like, "This is really good and it's really scary."
Yeah,
You know,
it
my
is.
daughter was-
I
yeah.
forgot how it was.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's
tense.
true.
You
It
can
is.
tell her to close the eyes when, oh, mom's in the bed, so just don't look, just
Yeah.
just
Yeah, how do
look
they-
away.
how do
It was
they-
disturbing for my
Okay.
kids to see.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
But I die in a lot of films, so they're kind of used to it.
But this was pretty soon early. I'm like, oh, I should have been in more.
The part was written like that,
Right.
you know, so
Yeah.
they thought of me after it.
Okay. Yeah. No, but it was awesome. Like just like seeing, you know, it says Barbara Crampton. Everyone knows Barbara Crampton, so it's cool to see you in the horror genre again. You know, it just feels like, you know, like comfort food. Like, yeah, she belongs here. She needs to, you know, because I did see Jacob's wife. You were awesome in that too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I saw Larry again. I was like, hey, Larry, Jacob, all the combination. You guys all work together.
Yeah, and we're still here. I worked on that with them.
Nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Awesome. It was good seeing you. I'm glad you had a fun time. Yeah.
Thank
And thanks to you for that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
We get a picture really quick with the mess?
Sure.
What do I do? Picture.
Easy.
You know, Ty West and Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett, all these guys, and they were like all the cool kid of horror in LA. And Roy and I were like guys with backpacks from Uruguay. And just arrived in LA trying to make our first movie. And I remember they even had a name. Does anybody remember what's the name? They had like a something pack, like a rat pack or something of horror.
Splat Pack.
The Splat Pack. I was like, how the fuck did we get into that? And we're watching the movies and all that. I remember like when we knew we were gonna make this film, I was like, hopefully this gets us into the cool kids group. Never did for some reason. No one usually, I became good friends with most of these guys anyways. But when I made a group, I just saw that and I was, so hopefully tonight you guys watch it and you like it as much as, you know, the masterpiece those guys made. But hey, here we are. Thank you so much.
So we're gonna welcome to the stage. This is our little our tradition, our food crew tradition. The creators of Evil Dead 2013, Freddy motherfucking Alvarez and Roto Niagara. Nice to meet in person at long last.
In person? No! Great.
Thank you guys.
Oh my god.
All right,
this
Leo,
is
take
fucking
us,
sinister. This would that's ages.
You guys ever hear a little movie called Panic Attack? Yeah? Because see, years ago, I was on Blood Necessity. They ran a story about this guy, one video, Uruguay. We had a movie on his home computer for, I don't know, a few $100, was it?
Yeah, $300.
Yeah, Panic Attack. And watched it.
And a bunch of people that work for free, yeah, of course.
All the cigarettes. And I fell off my fucking chair because I was like, this is incredible. How can somebody do this with their whole computer with just the minimal, effects and all that? Anyways, a couple weeks later, maybe a month, another story runs about Sam Raimi backing up the Brinks truck and saying, hey, this guy's gonna make horror movies for us. And tonight, well, that's the masterpiece he made.
So guys, I mean, for those who haven't heard, I mean, we talked to you about this movie in detail before. It's one of our favorites. But for those who haven't heard, can you briefly go over the story of how Panic Attack led to working on this and getting the keys to the most prestigious horror franchise possibly in history?
You know what? Recently, actually, find out how the whole Panic Attack Hollywood thing happened. This is just short. I didn't know that. Because for us, it was like we finished a short, we didn't think much about it, we put it on YouTube, and we got to dump it on YouTube. We could have sent to festivals. We thought we did it was good enough, and we just put it on YouTube. And then, kind of next morning, woke up and had like a shitload of views, and we had 150 emails from Hollywood, like literally. And I was like, what's going on? Actually, before I saw the emails, I picked up the phone, and there's this guy from Warner Brothers, claims to be. And he says he's from Warner Brothers, and yada. And I was like literally like in the bathroom taking a pee, like, yeah. Because I was convinced it was one of my many friends that thought like, oh, Freddy wants to put the short online and be called by Hollywood. So I was sure they had to put the day before. I was like, who is this motherfucker? And he was talking with, and he had a little bit of a Latin accent, so. was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, we're from Warner Brothers. I never heard of you guys. I said, and I was like, yeah, we're a company, we make 5 movies a year. 5 movies a year? That's all you do? Okay. And I kept peeing, and then I went to my computer, and the guy was talking, and I was like, yeah. And then I saw the email, and I was like, holy shit. I was getting through the email and realized it was true, and I had to apologize and back up. But the story of how it became viral, I mean, I knew that, all I thought was I put it on YouTube and it had like millions of views kind of right away. And someone from an agency flew me over and through all that, that's on that first week, just on my own really, and I was gonna have a lot of meetings, and I bumped into Nathan Games, producing this movie. He had made Drag Me to Hell with Sam Raimi. So he connected us, and that's how we started. But I never knew, I knew recently. It was because Kanye West had a blog back then that was very influential apparently, and he had posted, of all people. And recently I went to this quest, and I ended up finding that it's true that most of the traffic came from his website. And then I read this article about how Kanye had made a lot of people, and now he's gonna help this filmmaker. And I had no clue. And someone had told me something, and I think I knew something about a guy that had put it online, but I had no clue who he was in Uruguay. So I was like, I remember saying people like, yeah, I think a guy called Kanye West like put it online or something. And people were like, who? And I was like, Kanye West. They were like, you mean Kanye? Yeah, I guess. I'm really fucking killing this, but that's what I discovered recently. So thank you, Kenny. Because it really helped. And then we started working on the first thing that was going to be like an adaptation of the short into a feature. We arrived in Hollywood together. We wrote backpack. We had no money whatsoever. They put us on an Oakwood in Marina Del Rey, and we thought it was a fucking palace. Again, it's still good, but we thought it was like we made it. We have a ride. There's a pool. It was fantastic. And basically, we started developing what would have been the Alien Invasion movie, and we thought, I guess it's Hollywood. They picked some right. Everybody is gonna be fucking great. So they gotta be better than us for sure. And so we came up with a story. We hired someone. We waited for 3 months. Script came in, and shocker, it was terrible. And which, by the way, is what happens every fucking day of our life today. But back then it was new. We were completely surprised. And by the time Sam Raimi said, like, not even, he mentioned to someone that he thought now that maybe that movie was going to happen, it could be good that we tackled Evil Dead. And we overheard that through someone else. And at that time, as well, we didn't know anything about this business. And we thought like, okay, great, let's come up with a take for Evil Dead. And we had a meeting with Sam Raimi about the other project, like a month ago or something. So we had his Skype, the Skype of his assistant. So we were at home, remember, in Uruguay, I was like, let's just Skype him up. Which, by the way, all of UW, everything's a meeting scheduled for a month later. So at that time, we didn't know about it. I was like, let's just ring him up. I remember his assistant picking up Skype going like, hello? He was like, hey, it's you, it's us, it's Freddy Roto. He was like, yeah, is it Sam Raimi around? And the guy was like, looked at his office, like, yeah. It's like, can we talk to him? He was so confused. He was like, sure, I guess. Give me 1 second. He called him up and Sam showed up on the screen like, hey guys, what's up? And we were like, yeah, we heard you want us to do Evil Dead. Honestly, he did not want us to know. He had just mentioned it to someone, maybe. So it was maybe this guy. He probably said like, what do you think about this guy's for Evil Dead, yeah? Maybe. And someone said like, maybe. I was like, yeah, I don't know what to think about it. That's the truth of what he actually said. But we heard it, we didn't know that, we just thought he wants us to do it. So he said, yeah, I might have mentioned that to someone at some moment. It was like, we have a take. And he was like, okay, over here. And we pitched like a 45-minute story on an unscheduled phone call. We had him for 45 minutes where we told a story that had nothing to do with this movie. It wasn't a fucking boat. It was a movie on the boat about a family. I'll tell you that anyway. It had nothing to do with this. And but it was like your head is in the right space, because a lot of this madness was in the pitch, in different kills and different things. So anyway, so he said, oh, well, why don't you guys, work on that, and you pitch it officially to all of us, my partners and all that. And then we worked more on it. We still thought about, we pitch it again, and then someone called us into the call and said, like, guys, if there's no cabin in the woods, there's no movie. It's Evil Dead. So we thought, like, okay, bummer. Well, I guess we'll bring the cabin. And we started thinking about it, and eventually we pitched this. And at that point, Sam said, why don't you guys write it? When we started thinking about writers, and we thought, like, well, we could try. And we had a study, and we had a master's in screenwriting that, for what that's worth. So, but we had never wrote anything in English, and we had just written one script. It was a comedy in Spanish. It was kind of a dark comedy, a little bit like Delicatessen, that sort of European vibe. And so we said, like, well, yeah, if you want us. And I remember Rob Tapper being on that meeting, looking at Sam and like, what the fuck are you saying? These guys can barely speak the language. But Sam trusts our, storytelling instinct again, but also he trusts that we were so fucking passionate about it. We loved it so much, and we were so eager to go and do this sort of horror that he got that, and he trusted us with that. Then Rob Tapper said, he called me later, I was like, Freddy, I want you to know that if the script is not good, you go into my director's jail for fucking ever. Rob Tapper is a sweet man. He's actually a really good friend of us, but he's a tough motherfucker. Sam is a good cop with Rob. Rob and Sam made the original together with Bruce Campbell. So anyways, and that's how it happened. And we delivered the script like a few months later, and I always love the story, like how J.R. Young, this executive producer, like read it first. Everybody at the office was convinced it was gonna be shit because, like, they said no foreign writer ever delivers in Hollywood movies for some reason. At least back then. I'm sure that they get a lot of opportunities to foreign writers at the time. But so it was I remember, like, J.R. said, I read it and I was like, huh. And he walked to Rob Tapper's office and was like, it's actually not bad. And Rob Tapper was like, shit. It's like how really was convinced. He wanted to just make a point to Sam Raimi that was a terrible idea to hire. And then he read it and I was like, it's actually good.
Was there any, you've talked about this on our show.
Thank you. Hey. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, that's one too. Thank you. There you go. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks so much, man. This movie kicks so much ass.
All good. Thanks so much, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. I forgot how brutal it was, man. It was so much fun watching it.
Me too. I was like, what the fuck?
I kept cringing. I'm like, man, how did I get away with this? Yeah, I was like, this is amazing. I'm definitely showing my friend, like, you guys gotta watch this. I forgot how awesome this was. It's so cool.
Back in 2015, he was over there in Hollywood side. He's like, shit, I don't even have this copy.
Leaving the Arrow Theater like, what?
Yeah, Marky, yeah, I took a picture.
Still say it?
Just missed that. Yeah.
Boom. Nice, there it is. Got poster signs, some lots of signatures, got the mask, got everybody. Everybody's here. Orlando,
John,
Rocco.
say hello to everybody.
John, did you get all your stuff signed, John?
Oh, yeah.
Are you sure all of it?
Pretty much everything.
Okay.
John had the most amazing poster.
That Evil Dead poster. I've never seen that
Freddy
before.
took a picture of it. It was so
recording.
awesome.
Oh, did he really?
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was a picture? Is that what you were staying here the whole time?
I'm waiting for that.
I was like, why is he staying? He's like this the whole time. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Yeah. Arrow Theater, Beyond Fest. It was awesome.
Triple feature.
Freddy,
Triple
Jason,
feature, baby.
You're next. Everybody's awesome.
Can't feel my legs.
Yeah, my butt cheek's still sore,
Yeah.
for sure.
But this was so awesome.
It's so good.
awesome.
Right?
Had a wonderful time. People's Republic of Beyond Fest.
That's it, baby.
Support these guys.
Absolutely. American
Shows
Cinematique.
Oh,
everybody, dude. Everyone did a good
Thank
job.
you so much for the
Arrow
time.
Theater was awesome. Yeah, so Definitely. Everybody was cool.
Watch
Right?
this, hit subscribe and hit the like button. Make
There it
sure
is.
those little bells, ding, 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 so you can keep watching these videos.
And don't be a dick.
And I'll keep
Thanks,
coming
guys.
back. Woohoo! And don't be a dick.
A triple feature, and the first one that was from the triple feature was Freddy vs. Jason. Now, but I've had this figure for the longest time. I think I bought it at Spencer's way back when, but you know, it's this Jason figure, and I'm like, you know what? Who better to get? But Damian Shannon and Mark Swift were there, the writers of Freddy vs. Jason, so I got him to sign right there. Funny story too. While he was signing, he's like, "Do you want me to sign it there? Because the pin was smeared, and so do you want me to sign it in the back?" And I'm like, this ain't my first rodeo, right? I was thinking, like, oh no, we got paint pens, we got deco pens. This will stay in there, no problem. And then if you look, bam, they just work so well on figures. The paint pens just work so well. So if you look at it, they just work. So I got that. So I got that. I was like, I've had this figure for so long, but you know what? Let's make it look cooler. A freaking signature. Boom. Yeah, love it. So that was cool. So I got that. And then the second feature was Adam Wingard's and Simon Barrett's You're Next. If you've seen that movie, you know the character's design, everything that's part of it. So let me just start off by showing you this beauty right here. Oh my God. So I already had Barbara Crampton sign that a long time ago for Beyond the Gates sign at Darkdale. But they would add Simon Barrett, Adam Wingard, two of the producers were there, Jen, and I cannot believe his name is, I'm trying to forget. And then Sharni Vincent, the heroine from the movie, the most badass heroine in a horror movie in a long time. Sharni Vincent, she's awesome. If you're in the movie, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, you know, one of my earliest videos, this is the Barbara Crampton sign. Look how good that's held up too for so long. Look at that. It's amazing. But how good does that look now with everybody on there now? Ooh, damn, looks so good. So not only did they work on that, but they also worked on another huge favorite movie of mine called The Guest. And if you look right there, Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett signing it right there. This is the Record Store Day exclusive that I got a while back. Boom. If you guys haven't seen this movie, man, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's so good. The music's so good. Dan Stevens is awesome in it. Yeah. You gotta check this movie out. So got that signed as well. They were so cool. It's like Simon Barrett, he was so excited that we brought, he's like, oh man, I can't believe you guys brought all these. And we're like, heck yeah, dude, we're fans. And Wingard, Simon Barrett, boom. This is the score. That was the soundtrack. This is the score. Yeah. So again, haven't seen the movie. Do yourself a favor, check out The Guest. But look at that. How good does that look? Paint pens, baby. That's how we do. Decos, man. We don't mess around. And then, last but not least, they signed my Blair Witch album. That Adam Wingard did the score, if you guys didn't know. Adam was holding that pen already, so I had him sign that, and Simon was holding the red pen, so. But you know what? You guys have it. Go ahead and sign it. They were so cool. They were so nice, dude. I love meeting them. They're always so cool and friendly and talkative, appreciative to the fans. Dude, they know. They just get it. You know, they're fans themselves, so they get it. So, boom, 4 albums right there. Bam. And then I've had this since Comic-Con so many years now. For so many years. I actually saw Your Next at the premiere at Comic-Con like 10 years ago, I guess, 2010. And everyone in the crowd, in attendance, they gave out the mask from Your Next. So if you've seen the movie, you know what this, where this is from. So you can see there on the nose, got Barbara Crampton sign right there, Sharni Vincent sign right there, got Simon Barrett to sign right there, and then Adam Wingard right there. Boom. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So how cool is that? The Tiger Mask. In fact, Simon Barrett plays Tiger Mask. So like, I was gonna say I'll be this for Halloween, but I have another one. I could have brought the other one. I could have got 2, but I just, it's like plastic, it's flimsy. I didn't want to break it. So, but now that it's signed like that, I'm gonna have to really take care of it and figure out a way to display it properly. I don't know, we're just hanging on the wall here now, but with all these signatures, man, I gotta take care of it. How sick is that? Ooh. So good. So stoked on that. And then last but not least, the last movie, the triple feature, was Freddy Alvarez's Evil Dead remake. Again, I got these posters at Comic-Con. So the first one I'll show you from the movie, what I got was this one right here. Got Freddy and the producer to sign right there on this cool poster that I got, like I said, way back when. Finally I was able to use it. I'm like, you know what, I got something from that movie I'm gonna bring. So every movie that was there, we got something signed. The whole squad did, which is super cool. Make sure you check out Christian's video. I'm sure he has some cool footage as well. And he also did Don't Breathe, the same team from the creators of The Evil Dead. Freddy Alvarez and Roquip. So I love it. 11 by 17. I just love them framed and with the signatures. I'm telling y'all, paint pens, man. Don't mess with them Sharpies, man. The Sharpies will just wear off. If you got a Sharpie, you know, you better hope it doesn't go away. But paint pens is where it's at, brother. Look at that. So, man, another amazing event at Beyond Fest. Christian, you owe me a shirt. You stole that shirt from me. It was in my hands. I had it. If you guys see Christian's video, make sure you comment on and say, hey, you stole Fonzo's t-shirt. He won that fan score and you jacked it from me. So give him a hard time. Let him know. He's playing. But no, again, Scott, Christian, Orlando. Such a fun time. Rocco, of course, was there. He showed up. You know, you see him in the background. You see him getting a bunch of stuff signed. But yeah, not a cool event. Like I said, it was held differently. It wasn't the Egyptian this time because unfortunately got bought out by Netflix, so we won't be having screenings there anymore. So it is what it is. So now they're having lost all over the place. But if you ever catch yourself, man, if you ever see some screenings, man, definitely check out American Cinematique's Beyond Fest. They put out a lot of cool screenings, a lot of cool events, giving out stuff and have cool guests. Like I didn't know, I just thought it was gonna be Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett. I had no idea Barbara Crampton was gonna be there and Sharni Vincent. And I had been wanting to meet Sharni since when I saw the movie. I had a chance to meet her at Comic-Con, but I didn't get a chance to. So this time I was super excited to meet her because if you watch the movie, you know how cool she is in the movie. She's awesome. So again, you know, if you guys like this video, man, please hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. We really appreciate it. We love doing these videos for you guys, and you know, I know Scott enjoys it. And yeah, until the next one, we'll be going to Days of the Dead in Las Vegas, so stay tuned for that. 3 days of adventure, a lot of more signatures, a lot more guests, some more photos, some more fun adventures. So stay tuned for that from the next episode. But yeah, until the next time, peace.